Yo, what's up? I am on a pop culture episode.
Is that the energy you're giving the video?
No.
I had to jump on before they got famous.
What?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's start over. Okay, I'm taking pop culture on a road trip in Johannesburg,
Yay!
and we are going to the pits.
Yes!
No,
We went from Radisson Blue, now we're going to Joburg CBD. My name is Menzi Sipesihle Mzimela.
Chisa.
I also go by the name An Arcadium
Yes.
that nobody knows how to pronounce.
What does it mean? So yeah, who are we gonna meet up with and stuff and
Well,
stuff?
well,
What's the vibe?
I notified the whole squad, but man, those dudes are mad unreliable.
Nah, it's all good.
Like they do what they want because they popping.
Yes!
I'm super excited to see all of you guys and to have the wider conversation because I think this influencer thing for me is a bit confusing, but also I think we wanted to bring you guys on board just in terms of also from like the viewer / experience, like because you guys are obviously creating as well.
Yeah.
So what is that like? What's that vibe in terms of that experience? But also, what is it like when you are observing other sort of people who are labeled as influencers?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Define what influence means to you.
Yeah, okay, in the simplest form, an influencer is somebody who influences people to do something that they are trying to expose to a specific crowd that's really not exposed to that specific thing. And that is what defines an influencer to me, a true influencer.
The crazy thing about the word influence, I think it's also like an artist who makes music could influence your fashion. That could not have been his intention, but because influence is so broad, a person can influence you in so many ways. I think that's what influencing is. It may not be intentional, but it's some sort of see, do.
Influence basically, to me, what it means is being able to actually push the envelope in terms of a certain thing, whether it's street culture or anything that involves pop culture, and influence people to actually follow your path or the way you do things. So it doesn't really have to be fashion, or it could be fashion. It could be the way people speak and the way people do things in terms of like approach their goals or anything of that sort.
Who do you find influential in South Africa and internationally?
There was a time where OK Malum was very influential. Like you could literally see
He's cancelled.
the OK Malum. Yeah. He's cancelled, but you could see the OK Malum Cool Cat influence. You could literally watch Ricky Rick and be like, but we know who fathered that vibe.
You know, I think Cedric influenced the game in photography. I think Austin also had an influence in that. I think Trevor had an influence in fashion. I think Broke Niggaz had an influence in vlogging. And, you know, pop culture, it's like, so we all have influence in different things and they are pioneers.
There's this artist, I'm not sure if you know of him, Nelson Makam. Right? I don't know, he's amazing, man. You know, like I think he painted his hands.
So in South Africa, I'd say in terms of fashion, Dash is a good dresser to me. Ricky Rick is a good dresser. This is fashion.
King Cotton.
Yes, exactly.
King Cotton.
Kanye West, for example.
God.
You know? Yeah, Kanye West. You know what I mean? Like, from all aspects, to be honest, from music to, you know, the confidence that he sort of instilled within black men, just almost to say, you know what I mean? You know when he's like, you know, I look around and there's so many Kanyes, you know what I mean? People who sort of like believe in themselves all over again, you know? And yeah, I don't think I really need to go much into
Yeah, no.
into
And
Kanye,
I'm sure
like,
everyone's
you know,
watching like, yes,
yes, yeah, you know what I
get
mean?
it.
Exactly, so yeah.
Do you feel like this whole influencer thing is getting a bad rep?
I feel like within the influencers, there are the real influencers and the people who aren't influencers, who call themselves influencers. So there's this whole pot of people, and they are like genuine influencers, and then there are guys who aren't influencers, calling themselves influencers. So that creates a lot of room for bad rep. Because
The problems with the brands that get these people, you know, because they are far from influencers, you know, because like brands are the ones that actually start this whole thing because they label these people influencers, you know, and none of them, like only a few of them are actually close to that point where we can actually call them influencers. You know, I feel like it's the brand's fault because some of these people that are called influencers don't even identify with the brand that they actually, you know, are supposed to push.
you think that the fact that we're seeing the same faces is a problem?
Not everyone understands what being an influencer takes, what an influencer does, what influence the influencer actually has. So when you see the same faces, your like your fashion bloggers, your photographers, it's because these people have some sort of influence to someone else. When they see those people, they're like, shit, those people are probably doing something.
And these people are people who have quit their 9-to-5s or not decided to pursue any career to focus purely on this. And not a lot of people are willing to do that. You know, no one's willing to put their degree down to become, because it's a risky job. So I think that's why we're seeing the same faces, because no one is willing to fully commit. And I think the reason why we're seeing these faces is because the faces that we see have committed to this thing. They have said that I'm not going to do anything else but focus. This is my life. This is me. This is what I'm going to do on a regular basis. So I think that's why we're seeing the same.
I understand open the market and all these things, but then when you open the markets, you open to the markets too. It's the people who are able to do this, to have the same impact those people want, or it's just people you deem, okay, these people deserve to have an influence, and if so, why?